Washington, Baltimore. More than 3,000 flights have now been canceled across the U.S. as of this hour. Now, that's about the only impact this nor'easter is going to have on us here in western New York. Here's a live look from downtown Buffalo. Mix of sun and cloud out there, a little bit breezy, and it is still cold outside. Our meteorologist, Autumn Lewandowski, is tracking your most accurate forecast for a Wednesday.
And it's all because of an area of high pressure to the north through central portions of Canada that keeps us dry, but also keeps us cool. Taking a look at the satellite and radar shot here, the nor'easter is barreling right along the east coast from Washington right to New York at this point. There are winter weather advisories and winter storm warnings throughout the northeast, and going from anywhere to 3 to 5 inches. Some of the hills as you get into Virginia will see a little bit more than that, and up to that foot mark again as you get nearer to New York City. Of course, New York City won't be seeing that, but as you go a little bit further south and then north, 5 to 8 inches. Us and through western New York, a few flurries through northern Pennsylvania, northwestern Pennsylvania is what we're dealing with right now. We're pretty much along Route 6 there. Otherwise, we have mostly cloudy skies. We're continuing with the same type of temperatures that we've had over the last couple of days and still more days to come. Wind chills are in the 20s and the teens, and what we're going to see for the Sabres game, our temperatures being chilly. Well, yet again, we're in the 30s and falling into the 20s. How long will the 30s last? All of that forecast straight ahead.
All right, we'll see you then. Thanks, Autumn. Now, the latest today on a developing story out of Austin, Texas, with that suspected serial bomber now dead. The suspect apparently blew himself up in his car following a confrontation with police. The latest now from ABC's Marcus Murray.
The suspect in a string of bombings that terrorized Austin is dead.
As members of the Austin Police Department SWAT team approached the vehicle, the suspect detonated a bomb inside the vehicle.
Police able to close in on the man whose sources have identified as 24-year-old Mark Anthony Condon with the help of witnesses and surveillance video from a FedEx retail store in southwest Austin, where the suspect shipped at least one explosive device. He also shipped a second package from that same store, but this one didn't explode. Authorities say that second package provided investigators with significant clues.
Today's a great day for law enforcement.
The manhunt is over, but police fear there might be more bombs.
Because we don't know where this suspect has spent his last 24 hours, and therefore we still need to remain vigilant to ensure that no other packages or devices have been left through the community.
Police say they don't know if Condon acted alone in the 5 bombings, and the motive is also unclear. Condon is believed to be responsible for planting 3 package bombs on doorsteps in neighborhoods, killing 2 people. A 4th and more sophisticated bomb detonated next to a street in a residential subdivision and was triggered by a tripwire strung over a sidewalk. A 5th bomb exploded Tuesday at a FedEx distribution center about an hour south of Austin. And at a different FedEx center in Austin, authorities found that 6th device that did not detonate. Right now, investigators are at what is believed to be Condon's home north of Austin, looking for more evidence in this bombing spree. Marcus Moore, ABC News, Pflugerville, Texas.
Here's the latest now on a story concerning a member of the Buffalo Bills today. It is a bizarre scene involving wide receiver Zay Jones. This is video from TMZ, which appears to show Jones naked in a bloody confrontation with his own brother. This happened on Monday night out in California. The Bills wideout is now in a Los Angeles hospital, and he's facing felony vandalism charges. Police say that Jones was breaking glass doors and windows when police arrived on the scene. Meantime, the Bills issuing a statement late last night saying, quote, "We are aware of the incident involving Zay Jones. We are still in the process of gathering more information on this matter, and at this point, we will have no further comment." University of Buffalo has a brand new director of athletics as of right now. His name is Mark Allnut. He served as the deputy director of athletics at the University of Memphis. He's a Kansas City native and a former Division I football player at the University of Missouri. He's going to replace Alan Green, who accepted a job at Auburn University back in January. Allnut will help to send the UB women's basketball team off to Albany today as they get ready to take on South Carolina in the Sweet 16. Still to come here on 7 Eyewitness News at noon. Another major security breach, this time involving a popular online travel site. We'll have more on exactly what information was compromised. And coffee lovers, listen up. You can do your part to help save the planet and win $10 million in the process. We'll explain. You're watching 7 Eyewitness News at noon.
You're watching 7 Eyewitness News with Keith Radford and 7 First Alert meteorologist Autumn Lewandowski.
Here's what's happening on Wall Street in New York. Midday today, the Dow is up by almost 120 points. The NASDAQ has gained 24, and the S&P 500 up by 11. Hundreds of thousands of customers who booked travel plans through the website Orbitz may have had their information stolen. The company says that an older system that was used in 2016 and last year may have been hacked, and data on nearly 900,000 credit cards is now at risk. That includes names, addresses, and birthdays. Orbitz is now offering anyone who's impacted here 1 year of free credit monitoring. Now to Washington today, where President Trump is facing backlash again from members of his own party for congratulating Russian President Vladimir Putin last weekend on his re-election. More now from ABC's Cecilia Vega.
The Oval Office announcement that sparked backlash in Washington.
I had a call with President Putin and congratulated him on the victory, his electoral victory. We had a very good call.
This morning raising even more questions. The Washington Post reporting that President Trump's national security team warned him not to congratulate Vladimir Putin for his election win during that phone call, explicitly writing in capital letters on his briefing papers, "Do not congratulate." But that is exactly what he did. The president also announcing he will soon sit down for a face-to-face with the Russian leader, and that did not go over well with Senator John McCain. He said, quote, "An American president does not lead the free world by congratulating dictators on winning sham elections." What did not come up in that phone call? The president reportedly ignoring talking points instructing him to condemn Russia's apparent role in the UK poison attack on a former Russian spy and his daughter. And also, no mention of the other elephant in the room.
Did the president not raise the issue of Russian election meddling in that phone call?
I don't believe it came up on this specific call.
This as the president ramps up his attacks on special counsel Robert Mueller's probe into possible ties between Moscow and Team Trump. President Trump ignored our questions.
Do you want Robert Mueller fired, Mr. President?
Thank you very much.
That story from ABC Today. Now, if you have a good idea for the next great cup of coffee or coffee cup, then you could take home $10 million. Starbucks has kicked off a new challenge now. It wants to create an eco-friendly, disposable coffee cup. The big challenge here is figuring out how to create a lining that is eco-friendly. Coffee drinkers all over the world now, on average, go through 600 plastic or paper cups each every single year. Let's check in with Autumn once again. She's got the latest on your most accurate forecast. Looks like we've missed the latest nor'easter. That's good news.
We sure did, but we're still dealing with mounds of snow out there. So let's talk about it. We're now in the first full day of spring, and we've had over 105 inches of snow this year. Compared to last year, we have really come a long way with over 30 inches of snow falling in a couple of different months, and even March giving us a good amount of that as well. The normal season snowfall as in total is 94, almost 95 inches. So we've gone just about 10 inches above that, and actually for the rest of the month of March, doesn't look like we'll be adding to the golden snowball numbers. As of right now, Buffalo sits third with Syracuse at number 1. That is over 12 feet of snow Syracuse has received this year. Albany is the lowest in that golden snowball. Now, this is a pretty neat little picture that Andy put together last night. He asked everybody on Facebook, what does March signify to you? Give me a word. And a lot of them, mischievous, meh, murky, muddled, a lot of M's to go along with it, madness. And then one lady said, well, 30s, we've had a lot of 30s, that's our jam. So jam is on there as well. Pretty neat to take a look at what everyone thinks of the month of March. It's coming to an end, and we need to get through these 30s into the weekend before we start to get milder into next week. But it will be dry as we go into the next several days. It is going to be milder next week, so just hold on. We'll get there. 32 degrees right now throughout the Northeast. We are dealing with these colder temperatures. It's because of an area of high pressure. To the south, you're watching that nor'easter. And again, because we have these northerly winds, it's shoving everything to the south of us. We're cool, but we're also dry because of it. Taking a look at it from Williamsport to Harrisburg, and then if you're traveling anywhere along the East Coast, it's going to be a bit of a mess where several inches of snowfall will be piling up for you. Take a look at it. Hour by hour, that snow line is just to the south of western New York and continues from Washington, D.C. to New York City and then up to Boston, and then eventually winding down as we go into the afternoon on Thursday for Maine. Anywhere from 3 to 5 inches up to that foot mark through the Northeast, and not something that we contend with at all. Our drive home today going to be a cloudy one, but we're going to have temperatures in the mid-30s, another chilly one as well. Maybe you'll have to put the heated seat on, no doubt about it, as we go into the next couple of mornings, and then of course even into the afternoons, but we'll gain a little bit more sunshine. So cloudy this afternoon. We'll start to break out into a little more sun by Thursday afternoon, and then by the time we get to Friday, we are going to stay in the mid to upper 30s.